Bum ba bum ba ba bum ba bum 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 bum. Like it's gonna sound sick in post. Trust.
I don't think it is. I think it's gonna be all off.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the First Time Pictures podcast, where we review movies for the first time. And in this week's episode, we are reviewing Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Bum ba bum 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 bum. Yes. Real quick before we get into it, this movie is crushing the box office. Have you heard of the box office numbers yet?
Bro, it's literally obliterating. Like, he literally
yes.
He just like completely dominated. He bitched. Spider-Man has officially bitched every superhero, every movie to ever exist. Just like he is the main man. Like, nobody can top that.
Dude, Spider-Man literally is him, bro. He this weekend pulled in $1.15 billion in one weekend off of a budget of around $250 million. And as of today, it's the biggest weekend domestically ever, doing $360 million. So obviously, fans showed out for this movie. How was your theater going to this movie? Did you see like a lot of fans and people dressed up, or was it kind of, you know how Dallas be sometimes, bro? You say it'd be the normies going.
The crowds aren't. Yeah, actually, we had a pretty active crowd. Nobody like hooing and hollering, you know.
Okay.
No crazy like stuff that you see online where their theaters like screaming and throwing stuff at the theater.
Okay.
But
It's normal.
But it was active. We had a pretty
Nice.
active, engaged theater. It was kind of, I don't know how to feel about this, but like I saw this whole row of people in the front, and they're all wearing the same red shirt. I was like, oh, that's cool, like a whole party. And then they stood up and turned around, and then all their shirts said, in loving memory of this person, had a picture of a lady. I was like, oh.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, I was like, that's very rest in peace. But
Rest in peace.
I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I was like, what? I didn't know what to think. Like, I just got shocked. Yeah, I was just
start
shocked.
Clapping?
Like,
what did everyone do? Like, what is? Did
I don't know.
react?
I just saw them as we were walking out. I'm like,
oh,
did she really love Spider-Man? Like,
Okay.
why did? I was just curious on the connection between her and this movie. I'm guessing she must have been like a huge Spider-Man fan or something.
dude, I thought you meant like mid-movie they all stood up and turned around.
Oh, no. No. I saw them as we were
Okay.
walking out. I was just like, whoa, what's happening? But, I mean, none of my business, but just a little anecdote where all of us looked at each other like, yo.
What was that about?
Now I'm so curious. Yeah. Anyways.
Dude,
But, yeah, active theater.
That's
I was
fun.
laughing a lot. What about yours?
Dude, mine was electric. Like, in the line, there's so many people, wearing Spider-Man merch, pajamas, blankets, full-on costumes. It felt like I was at a Comic-Con, bro. Like, the line I was in. And so I went to go see this movie twice. And on my second viewing, the theater was so packed. And it was a Tuesday night. And it was so packed. But, bro, you know us and our AMC A-listers, bro. The A-list line, nobody. The other line was backed up, bro. So bad, bro.
Same. I got in line with Olden, and then I looked to the side. I was like, what am I doing with y'all? Like, what am I doing here? I'm better than this.
Yeah.
And I just walked over and immediately got my order. I'm like, yeah, go wait in line.
Dude, I like, this is what royalty feels like, because I start to even feel bad, bro. Like, I'm like, damn, I'm up next, and there's this fat line, and like, I was telling Kaylin, dude, I felt so scummy, but like, a part of me is like, thank goodness I have this. Like, I didn't know what to feel, but I was in, out, got my snacks.
We literally pay for it.
You're
It's
right,
not just
you're
like a
right.
random privilege. We literally pay for it.
You're right. I pay for these rights. But
Did your line have a lady like checking though the line to make sure?
no, they never have that.
Oh,
They had a
okay. They
checker?
had it on mine.
Really?
Yeah, and I
It's getting
think
serious in AMC.
Okay,
Good.
yours didn't have it, so this may not be true, but I was thinking like maybe that's why the line is usually, or I feel like even the A-list line is like packed, and I was looking at it, I'm like, it's not packed this
Mm.
time. I was the only person in that line. I'm like, oh, I bet some people try and get by, because sometimes the A-list line looks just as big as the regular line. I'm like, what's the point of this if it's not a perk anymore if everybody
If
at
everyone
AMC
has it.
gets, yeah, if everyone gets in the same line. But I'm like, I hope they start checking because I pay for that line.
Okay. Okay, that makes me feel less bad. But something also that I was a little ticked off, bro. I know this is like the random thing. I usually show up to the movie theater if it says 8 o'clock. I'm showing up 8:15, 8:20. You know.
Yeah.
But this one I was like, oh, I'm excited to see the trailers. Like I just want to see for this movie. I show up. I
Yeah.
think my tickets was 3:30. We showed up at 3:30. But for some
Okay.
reason, they had the projector was just off the whole time. And I was like, what the
What?
heck? And literally, it turned 4 o'clock when the movie should start. We didn't get no,
Not a single preview.
not
or
a single
nothing.
preview, not a AMC, we make movies better moment. We didn't get none of that. Just straight
No
to the movie.
Dolby like reference.
And
Wow.
did you get like a Tom Holland, like, thank you guys for coming and watching the movie?
Yeah, we got that.
I didn't get
Yeah.
that on the first viewing, and so I saw it the second
What?
time, and they showed. I was like, bro, I missed this. So they missed out on everything, and it just started the movie. But
No, that's actually one of my biggest gripes at the theaters because I remember Abraham told me once, he's like, yo, I went to see the Demon Slayer movie and they the showing said like 3:30 and they start the movie right at 3:30. And I was like, oh, what the heck? And then I went and showed up and went in and they started the movie 30 minutes after. I'm like, you cannot do that. You know how many people you're screwing over
Right?
like by just but like, I don't feel like doing commercials today, or like I don't feel like playing the movie 30 minutes after. Like you're screwing so many people over.
Yeah, little pet peeve, AMC. We'll let it slide, but the
For now.
investors aren't too happy about that one, AMC. So
Nope.
So please play the ads, but let's get into Spider-Man Brand New Day because I'm ready to talk about it. I want to know what you have to say about it.
Okay.
Spider-Man Brand New Day. Here's a quick synopsis for the people at home. If you haven't seen the movie, what are you doing here? This is spoiler talk. Duh. We're getting into the meat and potatoes, the big potatoes.
Good one.
Did you get
Good
that
one.
one? Like the
Yeah.
people who
Yep, I got
didn't
it.
watch it, they don't get it. So they're like, what? Maybe okay.
Yeah, they don't get it.
Okay. Following the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, Peter Parker begins a new chapter of his life with no one remembering who he is. As he struggles to rebuild his life while continuing to protect New York, a mysterious new threat forces him into one of his most personal battles yet. Blending grounded storytelling with thrilling action, Spider-Man Brand New Days explores what it truly means to be Spider-Man when you have no one left to lean on. So, pretty interesting plot of Spider-Man. Obviously, after No Way Home, he does the everyone forget who Peter Parker's spell was, kind of leaving him on his own to defend New York. My first question for you, bro, what did you feel leaving the theater after watching this movie? Like, what?
Oh, I think
Yeah.
officially this is now second favorite Spider-Man movie like of all time. I'm just like
this one specifically.
I'm just like yes, because
nice.
like I even rank Suits, and in terms of Suits, this one, like in my opinion, Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is an 11 out of 10 in terms of like costume.
Yeah.
I just think the proportions, eyes, everything, perfect. This suit, 10 out of 10. The like
Nice.
clearly like on par with Andrew Garfield's for best Spider-Man suit of all time because it's so proportionate, it's so classic. It has the bright, vibrant blues, the reds, the big white eyes, and it just looked and felt like I was watching the comic book come to life the entire time. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, this feels just fucking like the comic book. I feel like I'm watching the comic book move in real time.
It did have that
What about you?
comic book-esque like feeling, like even with some of the characters, like that when they showed that sequence of him fighting all the bad guys in the opening, like some of those guys just look
Yeah.
silly, goofy. I'm like, that's so comic booky. Like it felt like we're going into like a real comic book world. And I think it's
Yeah.
obviously props to that new director. What's his name? Daniel.
Yeah.
Not Daniel.
Cretin something.
Yeah, Destin Daniel Cretton.
Destin Daniel Cretin.
So yeah, dude, leaving the theater, I was like, wow, that's Spider-Man, bro. Like that.
Yeah.
That is a Spider-Man movie. Like I think Tom Holland in this one, like, I think he did the best performance yet. Like for Tom Holland, for the most part, when I see Tom Holland, I just see Tom Holland. But in this one, it made me really feel like, dude, that's Peter Parker, bro. Like he's dealing with some shit, bro. And you feel bad for him, you feel sad for him, and like such a good way of like doing that. And I just really love that we finally got like a dedicated, like in New York type of, Spider-Man.
Yes, dude.
Because the last three, right, you get, they're in Paris, and then Spain, and then the last one, yeah, they're in New York a little bit, but it's like not in the city webbing around. Like you get those scenes of him going from building to building. I'm like, dude, this is freaking Spider-Man, bro.
I know. It only took them 4 movies to get to this. I'm like, geez, dude. Like, I like that action in the second movie. The third one, they can get a little bit of a pass because they were dealing with COVID.
Yeah.
So, I give them a little bit of a pass, but it's objectively that movie did not look great in a lot of shots. And that's like one of my main problems with the MCU is how bad sometimes the CGI is, because I feel like
that's true.
Every movie has that maybe one scene that they couldn't touch up, but I felt like there was a lot of movies, even Homecoming, especially Homecoming, where there was like several scenes where I'm like, I could just tell you're just a little rubber gummy boy like bouncing around because you're made of CGI. Yeah. And in this one, this movie felt so competent. Like they planned it. It was so beautifully shot and so like meticulously planned where nothing was like scrapped. It seemed like they had an idea, a script, a plan, and then they stuck to it and they executed it exactly how it was. Because they even showed some behind the scenes in Homecoming, where they shot footage of him like climbing up the Washington Monument.
Yeah.
Like they did that in person, and then when you go watch the footage, they actually cut those shots and they replaced it with a CGI shot. So it's like, oh, I didn't really like it. It's like, well, why didn't you plan better? Like you should know what you're doing and what you want. And it felt like this movie didn't have that, where they had to scrap something and like put together this one shot last second. This movie felt so competent and well put together.
And especially how you were just saying, like they shot the Washington Monument like practically. In this movie, they did a lot of practical, stunts. Like something I really like. There's that scene where Spider-Man's like, having a little fight with the Punisher early on in the movie, and then he kicks the Punisher out of his car and webs his mouth, and then you see him kind of swinging backwards almost and swinging away, like just the way he's swinging. I'm like, dude, that looks so real. Him just swinging away backwards, like go home, Frank. Like I love seeing like all these swings, like they feel real. And even the stunts that they did, like the whole stunt sequence that they did at the end, I was watching behind the scenes footage, and like they had all these guys tied up to ropes and rigs, so they would just actually do almost all these stunts practically, and just obviously CGI out the wires, but it made all these scenes look so badass and so clean that I was like, yeah, like I feel like the only part I really noticed the CGI was that Hulk scene where they're running through the hallway. That's the only part that felt like super CGI for me. But any other fight, like even the Hulk, when he's fighting and he has all that stuff on his back, like even that felt realistic. The way he has his big old hand about to crush Peter, like even those scenes, the detail is so clean. And like
I agree.
It only took them a few movies.
So speaking of team ups, what did you think about the Punisher Spider-Man team up?
So I didn't mind it. I thought it was funny. I think it's very funny to put Peter Parker, someone who's like, dude, we gotta save everybody, and come on, Frank, like what are you doing? And then you have the Punisher like, man, I'm gonna put a bullet in her, man. I stop bad guys. Yeah. And it's just funny, and I really like how that scene where they're interacting together. When he brings MJ in, and he's just like,
yeah, they start arguing.
yeah, he's like putting his hands up. Reminds me of like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man talking, to Emma Stone, like, get out of here.
Yeah,
He's like shaking his hands, like he's like, Frank, come on, you owe me one. And I don't know, just their dynamic was so funny. That I just enjoyed seeing them together, especially John Berthal after seeing him in freaking everything, I guess, recently. But obviously the Bear, I love him from Walking Dead. So seeing him in anything, I'm like, dude, I love John Berthal. So I love their team up.
Yeah.
How did you feel their dynamic was in the movie?
Like personally, I feel like it was my favorite superhero team up of all time because. Do you remember when I showed you the Superman Batman little cartoon where it was like those 4 episodes where they team up together, or 2 episodes?
Yeah.
So like I always imagine like they have like this banter and dialogue and jokes that are like seem so organic because it comes from their personalities clashing. The Boy Scout and the overly dramatic brooding guy. Like the banter and the comedy comes naturally from that like fire and ice dynamic. And
yeah.
sometimes when people write the superheroes on screen, like Zack Snyder when he wrote Batman and Superman, he tried so hard just to make all these badass one-liners that there was no actual conversations or banter that like I can really remember. It was always like, "Is she with you? I thought she was with you." And it's just like this stupid one-liners. But in here, there's these conversations that felt like so organic and funny because, like I said, it's the fire and ice, just like the banter and they're arguing, and with Frank being the way he is, it was such a perfect pairing on screen. Like I was so happy that like after Punisher's first scene, I was like low-key wishing he came back. So every single time he did, it's like, dude, this just gets better and better. Like the more you guys are on screen together, the funnier it gets.
And it's also funny because like the whole movie, John, the Punisher's character, he's like this, I don't care about nothing or get the job done, trying to be, hard ass. And I just thought it was so sweet at the end when he's like carrying Peter and like he's like freaking heartbroken. It's just like, you follow that.
If you don't know, I'm sorry to cut you off, but if you don't know, that's actually a very famous comic panel from like the Civil War comic. I think Frank accidentally shot Spider-Man. And it's like the same scene, except he's wearing the Iron Spider suit, and like the door opens, and the panel has him yelling like, "Someone get a medic!" And it's like the same scene, like shot for shot. Yeah, like entering a hospital, carrying Spider-Man, demanding a doctor.
What did you feel? Because I don't know if this was your critique or not. The first Spider-Man, it's like, you have freaking Tony Stark in that movie, to kind of carry. How did you feel when they brought in like Yelena and Hulk? Like kind of some other, big DC, not DC, Marvel, like MCU names. Like, did you care or how did you feel?
I personally liked it because
nice.
I felt most things had the same vibe as the Punisher, where a lot of their dialogue and stuff felt organic. It didn't feel like any of those stuff were gimmicks. Like that's kind of my main problem with the Deadpool and Wolverine, where there's so much good stuff between Deadpool and Wolverine, but then they're thinking like, oh, we got to bring back everyone from Fox News. We have to write the plot specifically so that we can do like a multiverse of movie again. And it's like, that. It's also what the last Spider-Man movie suffered from. It's very gimmicky, but in my opinion, nothing about this felt like a gimmick just to like doing it just for the sake of like, oh, I want to make a multiverse plot, or I want to do this just so I could have a reason to put this character for fan service. It felt like this was all natural. It all had a purpose and it all fit together. Like seeing Hulk, it just felt, because I've like read some comics too where it's like, oh, in these couple issues or in these couple episodes, Spider-Man is going to be teaming up with Daredevil. Like that happened in the animated series where Spider-Man teams up with Daredevil. And it felt like, I just felt like a kid watching those episodes or comics like come to life, but not be done in a cheap way. It felt so like planned and articulated well.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, I love all that stuff. Like, freaking the Hulk, that whole Hulk fight scene. I was like, hell yeah, dude. Like, I didn't.
So
like,
good.
Even if he didn't have to be in the movie, I'm glad this was in the movie because this will always be such an epic scene, bro. Like the first time when I was watching it in theater, we're watching it in Dolby. It's loud, and you're watching the scene. All you hear in the background is like a dum, dum, dum. You just hear this bang, and I'm like, dude, is that the Hulk?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, no, she controlled the Hulk. And I knew he was going to be in this movie, but I didn't really know what he was going to do. So when I was like, no way, like that whole fight scene, I was just so hyped. Punisher fighting.
Very intense.
Everybody just such a clean. And, dude, in Dolby, bro, you can't beat Dolby, dude. Like,
you can't.
Guys,
you really can't.
Guys, if you haven't spent the extra $5-6 to watch a Dolby movie, please do, because I saw the movie twice. Saw it Dolby the first time, saw it regular the second time. The sound just doesn't hit, bro. Like, some of the scenes where Hulk's throwing stuff, it's just not scary. It's like a ding, ding, ding. But you watch it in Dolby, it's like, boom, like a smashing sound. It's just, you feel it. So if you
feel it in your bones.
Dude, if you haven't seen Dolby, you need to go because it's definitely worth it. So it
makes a difference.
Yes, the whole Hulk scene, like, such a cool fight.
Yeah. Are you a fan of the 2008 Hulk at all? Because I personally love that movie.
I'm not like, I wouldn't say like I'm a fan of it. I think I've only seen it like once. So I mean, I know it's supposed to be canonically the same Hulk, but I mean, I don't remember too much of it. Did you really like it?
I just love I love when Hulk is like very like OP and savage and just like a monster.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was so perfect because what he decided to do was he shows the Hulk and Banner form first being controlled by her. And so you think, oh, this Hulk is still kind of the lame Hulk that we've seen, get his ass handed to him by Thanos. He's like not very the same Savage Hulk. He's weakened. He's not as strong as he was in the movies or Savage. But the fact that he showed how he was as Banner, the Banner Hulk hybrid, and then where he transforms and gets big, that one decision to show him like gain size, I feel like he regained all his aura in that one shot where he like grew and got big. I was like, oh fuck, like I felt like, oh, that's the Hulk, like that's actually the Savage Hulk that I've always loved. And such a good choice to have him like don't start off as a Savage Hulk, but have him like grow into that. I think was so impactful.
Yeah, dude, Hulk doing Hulk stuff, bro. It's massive. He was veiny, bro. Like he had that arch over him when he gets huge.
The
and
hand clap.
Oh, the
hand clap.
The thunderclap,
Boom.
the thunder stomp.
Yeah, the thunderclap.
Yeah, dude was OP, bro. They better bring him back. He's like in Savage form for Doomsday or Civil War, bro.
He was playing Marvel Rivals. That's why he brought out that clap. Boom, the combo.
True. Dude, they did a lot of Marvel Rivals reference. The Spider-Man move at the end, bro, that's his all. Where he spins around.
Oh, right.
Something that I also really like, I don't know how you felt about that whole, like, he's mutating plot, Something I like that they were doing with that plot is I love that scene where he's fighting Scorpion and he gets like, demon time basically. And he just starts beating him, bro. He's like punching it. He shoots up, webs down, bang, like straight out of a video game. Bro's unleashing it.
That was the only unrealistic part. As soon as he slammed his head into that police car, I'm like,
he's dead,
bro. His brain should be all over the bumper of that car, but he's just like perfectly intact. No major injuries. But I'm like, bro, you would have turned him to dust if that was a real human.
Yeah, he's literally whooping him with his own tail, bro. Like, and he's just still alive. No, but I love seeing that Savage Spider-Man. Like, he was like, he yells like, "Who are you?" or something like that, to him.
They found a way to do the black suit without bringing the black suit.
And I love it, bro. I'm here for that. I'm So did you kind of feel like this was setting up like the whole X-Men stuff with the inhibitor collar things? Because right? because like so right now I think we're both watching X-Men 97. I don't know if you're caught up, but that's something that they do. Like they put collars on the people in prison when they're holding them. I was like,
it's been in the movies too, like all the time. It's always a plot line where they're trying to figure out a way to deactivate their powers.
In the MCU though, not in the MCU though, right?
Well, yeah, they've never been in the MCU yet, so this is them like introducing it. But it's been a plot in like all of those original 2000s X-Men movies.
That's just the first thing I thought of when like him and Bruce. Like I caught this the second time, the conversation a little bit better of like when Spider-Man's talking to Bruce and saying like, oh, like I can make this collar to turn off, the mutant DNA, and I can turn off the good or bad. And he's like, who decides if it's good or bad? I was like, oh, this could have implications.
It's ethical,
right?
It's
like
ethical.
He's thinking about it. So I was like, oh, okay. And then at the end, Peter's chip falls out. The one he has, he just takes it off, throws it on the floor. So I'm like, oh, they're gonna find that and then reuse that technology to create something along those lines.
Yeah, even if they don't use that one, they were using one on Jean Grey already. So
but that was the one that Spider-Man put on her, and she destroys that one.
I'm guessing they had a little analyzation.
Oh,
they had it hooked up to
true
machines and stuff.
True.
They probably understood it.
What did you feel about Jean Grey in this movie? Was that a big surprise to you?
I had so many opinions before because it was already rumored and like leaked and everything, so I kind of knew going in that it was going to be Jean Grey. Sadie Sink was everywhere,
Yeah.
And I think you too. Like I've seen Sadie Sink from Stranger Things, so I kept thinking like, what is this middle school girl? Like I always viewed Jean Grey as a mature leader type of woman. I'm like, I don't see this woman being like a duo with Scott Summers. To me, like I can't imagine her being the first lady to the leader of the X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just so skeptical and pessimistic about it too, because she has such a baby face to me. Like she has such a little baby face, but I think her acting was really good. I think she played it really well.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously know a little about Jean Grey from X-Men 97, but I had no idea who she was gonna play because I just knew they kept teasing like, who is Sadie Sink playing or whatever, and then midway through the movie, they're like putting stuff together, and Kaylin goes to me, oh, it's gonna be Jean Grey, and I'm like, what? And then the movie goes,
oh, she would know.
Yeah,
she would know.
She actually restarted all the X-Men movies, so she actually started watching all of them. So she was like, oh, I'm so glad I rewatched the movies because I was able to put that together. And I was like, nice.
That's so funny.
So I was like, Jean Grey though, like I don't know, I don't really have an opinion on her. I just know, I'm like, okay, she's kind of young. Maybe they're gonna do like a young X-Men type of thing, but I'm not too sure.
When I was talking about it too with one of my friends, like my gripes about her playing Jean Grey, he brought up a good point that like Jean Grey is also a woman that is someone that Wolverine like falls in love with. I'm like, bro, Wolverine, if they cast a Wolverine like a Henry Cavill falling in love with Sadie Sink,
true.
Like what?
True.
Like I hate that storyline personally, so I don't care, but I'm just like, like that's such a, like, it obviously doesn't fit. It obviously does not compute.
Dude, just her power too, like in this movie. When I see that first scene of like, the attack on the center, the body hopping, I was like, how is Spider-Man gonna deal with this? Like, it's over for him. And I think they found a good way of him like kind of figuring it out and being able to stop her. But bro, like when she took over Zendaya's body in that one scene, it was just like
so messed up.
Oh,
that's
dude.
My biggest gripe with the film. Like, actually, my only gripe is that they Scarlet Witched her.
Oh, like made her evil.
Yeah, like they basically tried to go, oh, we're gonna have her do some super effed up stuff, but we're gonna try to tell you that she had a good reason and she's sympathetic in the end. I'm like, no, low key, like you did some demented like sociopathic crap. Like I know your sister is gone, but like, what did Peter do to you? You know, like,
Yeah.
obviously he's just trying to do the right thing. You're just like, I'm gonna psychologically torture him. You're a psychopath.
Dude, like that scene was so crazy because when he gets MJ out of the apartment, they're swinging together. They play like this beautiful music. They're swinging in the nighttime, and it's like,
your heart is all warmed. Like, oh my god, they're talking again.
And I was like, yes. And then that whole scene, I was like, man, this feels too convenient. I was like, this feels too convenient.
Yeah.
And then they just hold her, Peter, hold. I was like, oh, that's nasty, dude. Like, that's horrible. I felt so bad for Peter, like, in that moment. He just, especially how they've been building him up as like this loner, sad, watching his friends. He's very parasocial with his friends, and yeah, just seeing that scene and seeing how he's like, what the heck? Such a sad scene. That Jean Grey in this movie was very dark, but I mean, I didn't have a problem with it. I was like, dude, she got done wrong by the world, and she's like super powerful. So she's like, I'm not gonna let you guys just get away with it. I'm gonna do something about it. And then obviously Peter Parker's trying to stop that because he thinks he's fighting for the good side. So I mean, I didn't care. I was like, she did that one scene when she hops into that old man's body and just jumps in front of a taxi, bro. Like, damn, bro. Like, she's vicious. Yeah. Just no cares, no nothing.
Psychopath.
Good thing she's gonna find a good home, right, Dr. Xavier?
I feel like that's the same thing they did with Scarlet Witch. Like, when she was holding, in her TV show, she was holding an entire like town captive, forcing them. You're basically kidnapping people, torturing them, and forcing them to like live out your fantasy because you lost like your husband. I'm like, bro, people who usually lose someone they love don't go on some psychopathic tirade where they start like fucking everyone up for their own self-interest. Like, that is, to me, that's just not relatable. I thought her emotional scenes landed, especially when she was talking to Aunt May.
Yeah.
Such a good, great scene, like very emotional. But I don't know. I think they just went too far in making her a complete psychopath. I'm like, this isn't redeemable to me. Like, you low-key need to serve some jail time, You did some horrible things.
You're locking her up after that, bro? You're putting her in jail?
Literally, yeah. I'm like, yeah, locking her up. Lock her ass up. She should not be free.
Nah, she should be free, bro. She changed at the end. She didn't. She learned. We all make mistakes sometimes, right?
Okay, but she still needs to.
All right, serve a little sentence.
Yeah, serve a little sentence and then I'll forgive you. But it's just like, oh, guys, I'm better now.
I'm an X-Men now. Woo!
No, yeah, I'm an X-Men now. All's forgiven.
No consequences of my actions.
No consequences whatsoever.
What did you feel about how they kind of did the Spider-Man interacting with his friends, kind of bit? Did that feel kind of believable?
Like, whenever he was in the apartment and Zendaya was drawing him?
Like, hanging out with everybody? Did that feel too convenient?
No, I really liked that scene, to be honest. Like, it felt like they were all, like, hanging out together, natural, and it felt very organic because I'm comparing it to all their movies before where they're these, like ADD, like, middle school kids who are just can't, like, not say something quirky or like, they're dropping a quip every second. And then they even made Zendaya not so like, the quirky girl with her little bangs, like covering one eye. Like she's like an emo girl. I'm like, okay, cool. They wrote them as a normal friend group. And this feels so relatable where you feel bad for Peter because or happy and sad because he's like, finally getting to be surrounded by people who like him and who he's familiar with. So I really like that scene. What about you?
No, I love Ned.
Too convenient.
I loved it. I mean, I didn't care about that. I was like, okay, whatever. I guess Spider-Man would hang out with Ned, randomly. But I just really like them hanging out. I think Ned in this one, like, he just made me laugh so much. Like, I know Ned does like the
Yeah.
dumbest thing sometimes, like that whole scene where he's drinking the whatever tiger shark scene. Like, I
Yeah.
laughed both times in theater. No one was laughing the second time, but like I was dying laughing because I'm like, Ned is just such a funny guy. So I love seeing him interact with Spider-Man because like that'd be all of us freaking out, like, oh my god, it's Spider-Man. And
Right.
a little detail that I noticed the second time is on that Spider Tracker app. If you see, it shows you different locations where Spider-Man's been. And when he's in the apartment, they're like, Spider-Man's in the apartment. But if you look on the app across the building, there's like 30 or 20 Spider-Man sightings ever. And I'm just like, I kind of thought of it as like Spider-Man sometimes just checks on his friends, so he'll swing by and like, and I was like, that's
Aw.
so cute.
Yeah.
Like that's the type of thing he would do, for his friends. So
Yeah. Did you catch that Lord of the Rings joke? I was like,
yeah,
hey, I get that. We just watched that. We
yeah.
just watched that. They started with the okay, keep your wish or keep your
Keep your
secrets. I thought he was
secrets.
just doing a meme, but
Yeah.
then he did the rest of the dialogue. I was like, oh, they're for real nerds. Like they actually did they're not doing a meme. They're doing the scene.
Dude, we need to get on that level, bro. We need to riff.
I know. I was like,
Scene.
I cannot recite that dialogue like word for word.
It would have been sucky if they started the movie with like, oh, they remember, Peter Parker and everything's back to normal. So I'm kind of glad even at the end of this movie, it's still left up, for interpretation if they remember or not. Because, I mean, we saw the end scene. Ned remembers the handshake.
Yep.
What do you think? Do you have any theories of like if they remember or not?
I mean, Ned did remember like after their handshake because he's like Peter, like he recognized him, like his memories came back, and I actually saw a theory. Get this,
Yeah.
remember Ned is magic.
Oh, okay.
Remember he knows how to like use the magic and stuff, so he might have like a little bit more of a chance of like erasing that spell once there's a familiar totem like given to him, like the little handshake. So I wonder if they're gonna make that a Ned thing, or if for some reason if him and MJ kiss in the next movie, that it'll bring back her memories and activate it, or if it's just a Ned exclusive thing.
You know what my theory was? Like,
What?
in the scene where Jean Grey has everyone under control, Zendaya is the only character crying. Like, she cries in that scene. And
Yeah.
at this point, Jean Grey, when she lets go of the spell, she's friends with Peter Parker. So, she's cool with him. So I'm wondering if she put back the memories or put some memories into MJ and Ned. Because then you even see MJ on the rooftop of the school holding the necklace that Peter Parker gave her.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be
Like
mad
how'd
at
she
that.
remember to go to that spot specifically?
Right? And then also like in No Way Home, the other Spider-Mans, they're like, does Peter have a spot that he can go to, And they go to the top of the roof. That's where he goes when he's like, feeling sad. So she's feeling sad on the roof where Peter goes, holding the necklace. I'm like, okay, maybe she put some memory in her head because yeah, the Ned thing, I'm like, maybe it's muscle memory is kind of what I'm under the assumption of. Like, he just has that muscle memory. And then he does say, he's like, Peter. And people are like, oh, but Mary Jane said Peter when Spider-Man swung away. So I don't know. There's a lot of theories, but I would not be mad at the Jean Grey one.
I felt like that was obviously like he said Peter differently, because whenever he met him, I think Peter introduced himself. Like he already said Peter.
No,
and I felt like when
they met at the party, he's like, my name's Maynard. And then that's the first time they meet. And then when he meets him again at the end, he's like, oh, flower guy.
Yeah. But I think, didn't Peter Parker say like, yeah, my name's Peter or something? Or did he not say his name at all in that last scene?
Oh, okay. I think he does
I
say, "Hey,
feel
I'm
like he
Peter."
introduced himself, right? Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if he did or not.
But
Okay.
the vibe I got was Ned was saying like when he said Peter, he said it like he uh got back all his memories. That's like the vibe I got.
Oh, because I feel like if he got all his memories, he would be like, Peter, like, my boy,
That's the way he did. That's what he did. He was
No,
like
it was like
Peter,
it was like a
and then
chill.
end.
It was like a chill Peter.
No,
Yep,
I
it
feel like it
was.
was a Peter.
Nope, it was like a Peter, like Peter. Trust. It was like that. I when I was rewatching it the second time, I specifically hyper focused on that moment because I was like, what is he doing here? So he says it
I
like,
felt like if the scene didn't cut off, he would have stood up and been like hugging him like because he remembered everything. That's where I felt like it was gonna go if the scene kept going.
I kind of okay. So I kind of don't hope, but kind of do hope. So I think there's gonna be a Spider-Man 5, and I think it's gonna be Peter Parker because at the end he says, "I'm not doing this alone anymore." To
Yeah.
Aunt May. So I'm like, maybe he gets Miles Morales, right? Maybe he does that in the next movie.
Uh,
So I just don't hope they try to cram some of this storyline in Doom or in what's those Secret
Secret
Wars,
Wars.
because I want this to be its own standalone. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had a Spider-Man 5 and they introduced Miles Morales. Um, but I feel like they could explore all that MJ Ned stuff better there than kind of just saying like in Secret Wars like, yeah guys, they got their memories back from Jean Grey. Like I feel like that wouldn't be as good of a payoff versus if they gave it its own dedicated movie. So I feel like
Yeah.
that is giving me hope that there is going to be a Spider-Man 5.
Yeah.
So
I really do hope they do another one. And now that they've got this final version, I'm like, don't let this be or like now that we got the true like absolute Spider-Man, I'm like, please don't let this be
yeah.
his last movie as the absolute Spider-Man. Like you got to do at least one or two more solo movies where he's just him. I don't want any more passing the torch. Like I just want more of
More
this type
Spider-Man.
of Spider-Man, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, they haven't done the black suit yet. They haven't done at least a couple more villains. They haven't done Hobgoblin. They haven't done you know, Kingpin. Well, I guess they're gonna keep that with Daredevil, but yeah, I want at least a black suit Spider-Man, a Venom versus Spider-Man, and a
Venom would be
Carnage.
cool.
They've got to bring Carnage in.
Dude, I'd be hyped. I'd be hyped for anything that comes Spider-Man. I feel like the new director, especially after doing freaking $1 billion, like they know he can direct a movie. I don't know
Yeah.
if you caught this. Do you know that director, Daniel? He's directing the live-action Naruto movie.
Oh, really? And he had the Naruto poster.
Yeah,
in the
you
room.
saw that? You saw the Naruto poster?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I was like, bro, I reckon. I don't care if it's out of focus. I know who that is.
Yeah. So I was like, that's such a funny Easter egg. Like he had to put that in there purposefully. So
Yeah, that was cool.
But with the new director, I want to know what you feel about like dark and gritty, because I know we talk about that, like, a lot of people want to make superheroes dark and gritty. And I feel like this one had a little darker tone than maybe most
Yeah.
Marvel movies and even the previous Spider-Man's movie. Did you like care for that darker tone, or did you kind of feel like they're trying to make Spider-Man, Henry Cavill dark Superman type vibe?
Not at all.
Okay.
Because it's like there's so many jokes, like him in the bathhouse, and it's all done organically, and there's so many fun little scenes. Like just because a movie has an emotional scene where things get serious, like it doesn't make the whole movie dark. Like it's like a Batman. Like there's no moment where like Peter's like, oh, like I'm gonna start killing people because of what I'm going through. Like he doesn't get dark. His personality is funny. His character stays true, but the story he goes through is like very serious. And I'm like, I love it. I love when the stakes are something that you can take seriously, but you can still get some humor and fun moments in the movie. Like even in Tobey Maguire's movies, it's not like all depressing. There's a ton of jokes, and he quips when he's fighting villains, and there's a ton of funny scenes
Yeah.
and comedic stuff, but there just also happens to be when the villain's on screen, it's something that you take seriously and that it has consequences. So I invite more of it, especially if it's done like this.
Nice, yeah. I hope they continue to kind of keep some of that like grittier darkness. I know the Russo brothers are doing the next Avengers, so it's probably gonna have
Yeah.
a different vibe. But hopefully they take some notes and inspiration from this because I don't mind the darker and a little more ground. Yeah, they were still funny all these moments, but they had some of those fight scenes were so just graphic, like
Serious.
the end fight scene. You have Peter bleeding, taking off his mask. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I know Anthony hates this scene. The superhero taking off his mask in the final scene, just to show the actor's
Oh,
face.
right. To show the emotion, of course. Right?
I was like, I know Anthony's saying something right now, but like
Yeah.
in all these scenes,
He had it for 99% of the movie.
no,
so I
he
was
had
like,
it
it's
on,
okay.
bro. He had it on the whole movie,
Yeah.
basically.
I'm so glad they did that.
Yeah, it was so cool. So we'll see how this next movie goes, but yeah, I mean that's kind of most things that I have to say about the movie. I don't know if you want to bring up any other topics.
I'd say just recap. Jean Grey, she grew on me.
Nice.
Spider-Man, perfectly balanced with jokes. Perfect suit, incredible action scenes. Maybe one scene which is like, the CGI looked out of place, but like 99% of it looks so well done.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I just feel like this is a movie that wasn't, just it didn't feel like classic MCU. It just felt like classic Spider-Man, which I
Nice.
love.
Yeah. Definitely a grounded Spider-Man, New York Spider-Man. He had his New York accent in this one a little more than usual.
He did.
You know,
He sounded like Andrew Garfield in a couple lines. I'm like, I love it. I love having the Queen's accent.
yeah, so it's such a Spider-Man movie, and I think that's what I felt leaving it. I was like, this is a Spider-Man movie. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. Tom Holland, the GOAT Spider-Man, number one Spider-Man of all time. I don't care. Cancel me. But I love this movie. I loved Spider-Man being Spider-Man. But we still got a very interesting Peter Parker storyline. It never felt like, what are we doing here? It all felt connected, and it felt cool. Even though, yes, I do feel like they probably use this movie as a stepping stool to set up a few other movies where I kind of maybe I don't mind it, but sometimes I'm like this will forever kind of set up something else rather than being its own standalone, which it's not the end of the world, but I think it was awesome. And I saw the movie twice. I bought the popcorn bucket. I bought the shirts. Like we went decked out. It was so fun. It was so cool. And our theater was freaking hype, bro. We were cheering, hootering, and hollering at the end of the movie. We were clapping.
Nice.
It's a thing. It's an emotion. It's like a event too, and it's like
Yeah.
all these people want to be here to see the Spider-Man movie. They're maybe they're not the biggest nerds, but they're still a nerd. They're watching Spider-Man on their free time, bro. You're a nerd. So everyone who came out, bro, we were a part of box office history. Like we showed out, and yeah, I mean, I think it's an awesome Spider-Man movie.
I even made sure not to go to the lady who like scans your phone, your QR code, and I went to the little kiosk because I'm like, I'm gonna get this ticket printed so I can put tape over it and like keep it, because I've kept a lot of tickets before.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a movie. This is history. Like I'm gonna look back at this ticket and be like, bro, remember when we went to see this in theaters?
Bro, like,
So,
and what a great time for movie, bro. Like, we've been watching banger movies this year. We've been using our AMC StubHub way more than ever this year.
Way more.
And it's awesome. I'm glad we can both go watch it and talk about it. Because, bro, like, who just goes watching movies and talks about them, bro? Like,
I know, like every weekend. Like, we've been living life, really.
We probably have a problem. We should do something about it. But ratings, bro. Do you have a system?
I haven't even thought about that. Do you? Or do you want to like think for a second?
Let's see. We can think while I sing the Spider-Man theme song.
How many times would you shoot Spider-Man for this movie? Oh,
like
sorry.
Shoot him in the back with a sniper rifle, like 100 feet away.
With the Barrett 50 cal.
And just have to go dot 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 like that. just auto.
Yeah, but.
Dude, I'm sorry, Spider-Man. You're gonna have to take all 10 bullets like a champ, bro. Because I'm giving this movie.
We're going with that rating. We're gonna go with that rating.
Ding, straight to the back, bro. But he's eating it. He's gonna recover. Don't worry. But for
he's eating it. Jean Grey's gonna save him. Don't worry.
Yeah, like it's part of the plot. So like,
it's
dude,
fine.
this movie.
It's fine.
This movie is awesome. I mean, I had a fun time. Not just. I took all my brothers to go watch it. We all had Spider-Man shirts on. We had snacks. We had a packed theater. I saw it again last night. Still packed theater.
It was an event.
Yeah, it's so cool that we get to see a Spider-Man movie in theaters because, I mean, I don't think I've seen any of the other Spider-Man movies besides this, the Homecoming trilogies in theaters. So just being able to see another Spider-Man movie in theaters, so cool, so awesome. So sorry, Spider-Man, you're getting 10 Barrett cals to the back. How many times are you shooting Spider-Man in the back with the Barrett 50 cal?
With the Barrett 50 cal?
100 feet away in the back.
I'm going to do 8.5 times.
Bang,
so, like,
bang,
that
bang,
last little
bang.
bullet's going to graze him.
It's going to nick him. Okay. Respect.
Yeah. The only reason it's not a 10 out of 10 is because, I just didn't feel that emotionally
really?
connected. So, it hit me, but it didn't get me to, a 10, when I was watching The Invitation, I just felt, so emotionally invested.
Yeah.
But this one, not that they didn't do a good job at all. It's just, I have to be honest, emotionally, I didn't get to my, where I could cry type of moment. There was a ton of sweet moments. By far my second favorite Spider-Man movie, one of the best Spider-Man team up or the best superhero team up ever done, in my opinion.
Nice.
And so that's a solid 8.5. I'd even round it to a 9 out of 10 just for the sake of rounding it. It's a really good movie. I'd recommend anyone who likes superheroes to go see it.
You heard it here first, guys. First time pictures. That's a passing rating. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing here? Go watch it. If you've seen it, you should go see it again. They just released IMAX tickets. So, I mean, great movie. Great experience for the fans, too. It's just everyone's showing out. I love seeing everyone show out in their Spider-Man gear because I'm like, hell yeah. We're part of this.
Yeah.
So, it felt awesome. So, yeah, guys, that's been our review for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Let us know what you guys thought about that in the comments down below and on our Instagram at First Time Pictures. I have a movie for next week for our 50th episode, bro.
Do it. Say it. Drop it.
So, in honor of, this is one of the first shows that you recommended to me to watch. Back in the day, you gave me the last 4 episodes on our hard drive. You recommended for me to watch Avatar, The Last Airbender. So, I think in honor for our 50th episode, I think it only makes sense to review the new Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender. The new animated...
Great pick.
The new animated Avatar movie to come out on Paramount Plus. It obviously got leaked a few months ago, but it's officially out now. So I think it's only right to do the review for it. For the people listening, this was I watched Avatar for the first time in 2020, 2021. You were still living in Houston, and I told you I'm going to start Avatar. You're like, bro, I have the last 4 episodes in 4K. You're not going to get this quality anywhere else, bro.
It's not,
you're like,
it wasn't 4K. It wasn't 4K.
You're like, let's meet up tonight. I'll drop it off. We met up somewhere with Ryan, and you're like, I got the stuff.
I did that?
Yes, bro. You gave it. We went to Sonic. We were in the Sonic drive-thru, and you pull out the USB. You're like, here, bro. Here are the last 4 episodes of Avatar.
Oh, I remember that. Bro, you see the lengths I go through to
Dude,
how much I care about your viewing experience?
That's crazy behavior, bro. I was like, what is 4K? Like, what is that at the time? I was like, I don't
It
know.
was not 4K. Okay, to be clear, it's just some fans did their own upscaling and it looked a lot sharper and better than like the official Blu-ray release or 1080p release. So I'm like, I would, if you're gonna watch the last 4 episodes, watch it in this like crazy HD high def version.
Yeah, so one of the first shows that Anthony went out of his lengths to have me watch in the purest form possible. I think
Yes, sir.
Now we'll do the movie. It came out I think last week, so we're good to hit it with the review now. So I'm hyped to see what it's about. And yeah, that's been the episode, guys. Thank you guys so much if you made it to the end of the episode. What'd you say?
I said see y'all next week.
Okay, yeah. We'll see you guys in next week's episode where we will be reviewing Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender. And yeah. Peace.